What's up people, Sandstorm Rex videos, and today I'll be showing you guys a complete full beginner's guide on how to play World Defenders. So let's say you're new and your loadout looks like this. This, not that great of a loadout, but I'll be teaching you guys how to go from this to an actual decent loadout, and that should be able to defeat the most difficult worlds. And I'll also be talking about all the features of the game, such as champions, pets, currencies, and all that yap. So this video is going to be separated in quite a few parts, each being a different kind of guide. So basically, there's going to be one about features, one about towers, so on and so forth. You can skip through the video. Here's all the timings right here if you want to skip to a certain part that you're struggling on. But before further ado, let's start with the features. First and foremost, let's talk about the currencies. So there's many currencies in World Defenders, such as coins, gems, pet tokens, Spartan gold, Spartan silvers, and a bunch of others. But let's first talk about the coins and the gems. So with the coins and the gems, you earn these currencies by completing bosses, destroying bosses, beating worlds, or just generally surviving the world. You get coins by defeating a boss, or just playing a world. You could also sell towers in the marketplace, which is over here. If you see, there's live sales that you could sell stuff for coins and gems. That's a good way to earn gems. So you can earn gems by defeating maps and bosses, mainly bosses, or selling towers. But there's also one key thing that you could also use to earn gems, but we'll get onto that later. So gems are used to buy some towers. So if we go down here, you could buy Shadow Claw from this, which is a decent tower. You could also buy some weapons, I believe, some pets, and that's it. You could also buy towers from the marketplace with gems. And it's a good way to earn gems because you can basically buy towers, which are much better. And it's just really good to use. Coins are basically the same. You can buy towers with them, weapons with them, pets with them, and XP. We'll get onto XP later. And this, you could basically buy Robux, but you could buy stuff with Robux, but I don't advise doing this, because it gives 3,000 coins, but you could probably grind to that, and yeah, basically what I'm saying is this game is completely free to play. So let's say you join in, and you want to get some gems. An easy way to get gems is going into profile. We'll get onto champions and pets in a bit, but you want to go onto rankings, and then challenges. So with these daily challenges, you can earn pet tokens, gems, a lot of gems. Basically, what you want to do is complete these challenges. You don't need to do that much, but stuff like deploy 10 visitor centers are pretty easy, or upgrade 50 towers. That's pretty easy. Another good thing is the weekly challenges. So you see, I can claim 2, and they give a lot of gems. So you can deploy 10 caveman towers. A good thing to do is when you get a weekly challenge, you can earn 500 gems. No, you can earn 250 gems, and then you'll get 100 gems. And if you have enough, you can get this one as well, because that's earned 500 gems, which is pretty easy if you just defeat some bosses. So challenges is a quick and easy way to get gems and pet tokens. There's also achievements, which also give gems and pets. Pretty self-explanatory. You go through these challenges, and they give you gems. Okay, now let's get on to pets. Pets are a really good way on basically just being... What pets do is they basically upgrade yourself. So if you see, I got this Reptile right here. It has extra tower damage, which is fully upgraded, meaning that now my towers do much more damage. I also have 2 more, such as my Abyssal Kraken, which has this, which adds more tower placement, and my money bags, which adds tower health. You could also get extra I can't speak today, I'm sorry. Also get extra weapon damage. So basically, to upgrade, you need to go onto a thing, and then you can upgrade it to pet tokens. To get pet tokens, you do challenges. as we said before. And to change what your, like, let's say I have this Triceratops here, and I don't want it to do castle health, I want it to do tower damage. You could just forge it, and then it will turn into an extra tower damage. Pets are really good, and you can earn them by getting eggs that you basically get from defeating bosses. So if you see, we can go onto my eggs, and if you see, I have 3 Christmas eggs and 1 orc egg. All you need to do is click the egg, and then you get a pet. With your pet, as I said, you can equip them, and there's no real limit on how much you can have. Nothing really changes if you have like a rare pet. So let's say I have a god pet here. So if I just go into my god pets, let's say I have this one, which is the rarest god pet. You can, basically they have the same things as a Triceratops. So there's no difference on the pet rarity. All you really need is just a pet and it'll work. Also, if you get a pet which is big, basically all you need to do is get, you just need to level up, and we'll go on to that later. Okay, another key thing is champions. So champions are a good way to basically get extra damage, and all champions do different things. So Scoop Champion gives extra damage. This champion gives damage boost to your own weapon. This champion also does damage. Most champions do damage, but there's a quick, easy champion that you can get quite early on. This champion is located in the superhero world. All you need to do is jump in, and it should be on your, it's right here, and it's for 100 coins, and you basically just buy it, and then you'll get your first champion. As I said, the variants don't really change anything, it just kind of changes how it looks. Although this champion is pretty cool, but it doesn't matter on how it looks, they're all pretty much the same. Next up, it's the levels. So you earn levels by defeating bosses and just kind of surviving. So basically you'll earn XP. So you see I have level 115 and I have 3000 XP. All you need to do is go on the rankings, and then you can see all your levels. Usually there'll be, if I scroll all the way over here, they'll be able to claim. So what you can do is click and claim them, make some nice little sounds, and it's basically a really nice way to progress through the game. Once you get to level 200, you earn a cool little cannon, and once you get to level 100, you earn a tower, which is also really cool. This is also a really good way on earning towers if you need some, because once you get to level 3, you earn a sniper. Once you get to level 5, you earn a visitor center. And these are 2 really good towers early on. So our next thing on our list is these tower rankings. You can find this just left of spawn right here. And all you need to do is interact with them. So press talk. Press OK. And then you'll see we have these little things. All you need to do is find a tower. So let's say I want to rank this ice rook here. So basically, each kind of like rank has its own little ability. So battle ready gives boosts damage, internal glory boosts damage. You can search through all of these if you want in game, but mainly overclocked does a boost. Basically, you just need to go through all of these in game and you'll find out. But all you need to do is click, and then you get a special thing. These silver ones, you need 5 of to rank. So they're a little bit harder, but let's see if we can get anything good. The chances are alright. If you see, oh, I missed it, oh well. Alright, if you see, I got Warlord, which is a 0.94% chance. What Warlord does is that where is it? It boosts damage and boosts damages to bosses, which is really good actually. But anyway, let's unequip you. I also want to point out there's kind of a bug right now, because currently I cannot move. Even if I reset, I'll be stuck in place. So, wait, I just need to leave and rejoin. Okay, so another key thing is the guns. So early on, like in early game, guns are really useful, because you could basically shoot the enemies, and it would do damage to them, which is really cool. and it basically just help early on when you do a certain strat that I'm gonna show you guys today. I also want to point out one more thing. This chest here isn't that great. It doesn't give too good of towers, but I think it is sort of worth it to get, because usually you can get money bags, which is pretty good, because it costs, I think you buy it, yeah, it costs 1,500 Robux, and you could get it to a 2% chance. So if we roll here, there's a chance on you getting it. Oh, I didn't get it. Oh well, I got Wrestler. But this is good for beginners, I guess, but it's not too good once you get like a good team up. Okay, now let's get on to our next phase, the marketplace. So the marketplace is located just left of the spawn. All you need to do is jump through it, press E to enter, and then you'll get into this nice little lobby area where you can claim a stand and sell some of your towers. So let's say I want to sell this electric fence. I can just put like a random amount in. It needs to be over 100, and basically if someone was to buy this, I would earn that much gems. That's quite a lot of gems, so no one's probably going to buy that. But basically, you can sell towers, people can buy it, and that's a good way to earn gems to buy even better towers for your collection. Either way, that's kind of all there really is. You can also buy towers if you want. So let's say I want to buy this Dracor, and they left just as I was about to buy them. That is unfortunate. Either way, but let's say I would buy that Dracor. I buy it, lose 100 gems, and then gain whatever tower I would buy. Another key thing to point out is that everything, if you see, everything has a 10% tax. And if you're selling stuff to Robux, you can do this by having like a little game pass or something. So I can sell this to Robux and then choose one of my game passes, which there's nothing here because currently the selling stuff to Robux doesn't really work because there's like an issue with Roblox. Either way, let's get on to the next phase. You're going to load in, and your loadout is going to look like this: a caveman, a jeep, and a dino gun. And first thing you probably want to do is actually play the game. Well, actually, first thing you'll probably do is walk around and do stuff. But either way, so actually completing your first dinos map is really easy. So I'm going to show you a step-by-step tutorial, and then I'll show you some ways to progress through the maps. Anyway, let's get straight into it. First and foremost, you need to get into this world. You need to go into the solos and just kind of wait till the timer goes down. Okay, continue. So you want to do the Boneyard because that is the easiest map in the game. You vote it, and now you're in game. So always choose normal for this stage. So what I found is probably the most effective method is spamming a bunch of Jurassic Jeeps. All you need to do is place down a Jurassic Jeep, let it spawn, you'll come out, and you'll have like, it will just, basically all you really need to do is just place down a lot of Jurassic Jeeps and you should win. If you really want to, shoot your gun at the enemies because your gun does 10 damage. So the gun's really loud, so just... So what you want to do is absolutely just place down as much Jurassic Jeeps, and then slowly but surely you need to click on them. And once you're in this little menu, you can upgrade them, and each upgrade, if you see, does better things. So this icon means spawn time, and this means health. So if you place down a caveman, so that means you need to get 5 Jurassic Jeeps down. And after you've gotten 5 Jurassic Jeeps, you just kind of need to slowly but surely upgrade each one till it gets to wave like 15 or something. So we'll be back once it's wave 15. So it's not wave 15 yet, but it's wave 10. And some tougher enemies are starting to spawn. So, as I said earlier, there's these things called challenges that can help you earn gems. If you click on this icon in the bottom left, you can see all your daily challenges. Okay, so it's wave 15. And if you've been just upgrading all your Jurassic Jeeps, you should now have at least 3 Jurassic Jeeps, which are on tier 3, and 2 on tier 2. Now, these jeeps should be able to hold up most like tough enemies. But as I said, this is only on the Boneyard map. We'll get into the other maps once I teach you guys how to get like better towers. But anyway, once you just want to carry on upgrading these till all of them are at least tier 3, and then it's just kind of a waiting game. I got them all tier 3, and now I got a little caveman down. I think if you just like have a bunch of cavemans, that should be okay. Probably like 5, 6 cavemans are pretty good, because that just does a lot of damage. That's like 60 damage constantly. But obviously we finally got our first big enemy. As I said, if you're really like want to make sure that you win, use your gun, because your gun is really good to early beginner stages of the game. But these Jurassic Jeeps should be able to hold them off. It's the way for boss wave. You want to carry on upgrading the Jurassic Jeeps, but it's boss wave now, meaning that the boss will spawn, and the boss is really difficult. So I advise upgrading your gun with the final like money that you get from this Carno and all these saber teeth. I think that's the plural saber teeth. Saber teeth? Is it? Oh no, but carry on upgrading your gun, because the more damage your gun does, the better. Because now it's doing... I can't tell, hold on, let me shoot these guys. Okay, so now it's doing 16 damage. Which is really good, because now that's doing like nearly a lot more damage. You could probably get your gun tier 3. And basically just... when the boss is here, just carry on shooting the boss, because that would just help a lot. So we lost, but we earned 38 coins and a lot more XP. So what we want to do is quit the lobby. Okay, so there is one way to get some good towers. So either doing that a few times till you have like 50 coins, and then you can go to this chest and roll it, and you could get some better towers that will definitely do more damage, such as these squid soldiers. Because if I go onto these, they are a much better track tower, doing much more damage and range. So basically, if you get this chest a few times, that would help a lot. But there's a way to get a really good starter early on. You continue, and it's to do with this free limited dino crate. All you need to do is wait. You can go AFK to only 90 minutes, so like an hour and a half. You can go AFK to 90 minutes. You can do this by using an auto clicker, like OP auto clicker, or just like slow but surely tapping on your screen, because if you wait 20 minutes you'll be logged out and you'll lose all your process on this. And basically once you've got all this time down, you can... so currently can't interact with it for some reason. But anyway, usually you can go onto there and then you can roll and hopefully get Sandstorm Rex. And Sandstorm Rex is a really good starter tower. So it's only 500 plays down, and it would probably get you through all the way to Egypt. So this is a really good tower to use. And with that brings us to our second point. How to get good towers. So I've already told you one way to get good towers, and that's the free limited dino crate. All you need to do is go AFK. You could use OP auto clicker, or just generally just wait it out if you're like that. You could grind some of these worlds to earn some more gems or some more coins, and it can get you either Sandstorm Rex, Venom Fang, which is a good DPS tower, doing 30,000 damage, but 50,000 on its final stage. So that's also a really good tower. And Cosmic Rex, which is very rare, so I don't advise kind of like trying to get it. I have one, but it has Internal Glory, which is the best kind of like thing, and it does a lot of damage. Continue. There's some other ways to get some more towers. So in each of these worlds, there's this crate, which can give you some really good towers, such as Triceratops Tank, which is a really good, where is it? Here it is. Which is a really good track tower. There's also stuff like Roboraptor, Sentry Turret, Mammoth, and Jurassic Orb. You can also buy this stuff in the shop, but it's a lot more expensive, 500 coins to Jurassic Orb. But Jurassic Orb is like one of the best early games towers, so I really advise you getting either a Jurassic Orb or something like Helicopter, because those are both some really good towers. And once you've earned a lot of coins, you can probably get like Pirate Ship or like, I don't know, some other towers. It ramps up in price like 200 each world, but you can get stuff like Mystic Mage, Cyber, Orc Tower, and Orc Beast are really good towers, such as Dragon Cannon and Red Orc. So like if we roll it, rip 400 coins, but if we roll it, you can get, I got Dragon Cannon, Dragon Cannon, and Dragon Cannon is basically a really good tower, so wait, what? Oh, here it is. Dragon Cannon is also a really good tower, doing 25,000 damage. So basically, if you just keep on doing this in each of the worlds, your team would go from this to eventually something like this. So you see, you can buy the Mecha Blaster in the shop, and the Mecha Blaster is definitely something worth buying because it's a really good gun. You can also buy T-Rex from the shop, same with Shadowclaw. Shadowclaw is gonna take a while to get, but it's really good on like selling towers. So another key like thing in this game is that you could sacrifice towers. So there's a little sacrifice spot on the left of the spawn over here, where you can basically sacrifice your duplicate towers. So let's say I have like Dragon Cannon somewhere. Alright, so let's say you have Dragon Cannon. You can sacrifice your duplicates, and it'll give you a little bit of progress. And once you've gained quite a bit of progress, you can claim gift. Spin this kind of like wheelie thing, and you can get a bunch of gems. You can get like 1,000 gems. You can get like 500 coins. You can get a weapon or even a god tower. Now the god towers, so we go on to god. The god towers, they are pretty decent. They all share the same stats, so no matter what god tower you have, they're gonna have same stats. Except from War God, which is proven at the level 100, which is actually weaker than the normal gods for some reason. But I think you can place more here. Another really good way on getting towers is from this marketplace. Now, once you've earned quite a bit of gems, you can go into this place and buy some towers. Like there's an electric fence here to only 150 gems. I mean coins. Coins here. There's like a frozen mammoth 600 over here. And something like Toxic Bear is really good. Basically, you can buy a bunch of towers in here, which you probably won't be able to like get. Also, there's a lot of limited towers, and if you want to know if a tower's good or not, you can go down into the Discord, in the World Defenders Discord, and if not, you can just kind of like ask or something. I hope people in World Defenders are trustworthy, but I've seen quite a few scammers, so watch out to them. Another way to get some really good towers is when there's an event, let's say like the next event, which is probably going to be like a Summer Paradise event, you can go round the back of this area over here, get to this little event coming soon, and there's at some point going to be an event here, and probably an event crate with event towers, and you could probably grind that event and try to get the event towers and such. So, as I said in the beginning of the video, I'm going to show you guys a strategy that will probably work up until mythology, because the strategy is quite hard to pull off, and you want something like Sphinx or another money tower. And money towers are basically towers that, if we go into here, they're towers that would say, like, gives money per wave, such as Visitor Center, which also gives money per wave, but Sphinx is better. Sphinx. There's also one called, I think I have it, it's like King's Treasure. Okay, I might not have it, but basically it's probably the best money tower. There's also obviously some others, which yeah. But either way, let's try to show you guys the strategy, because it's quite a good strategy. Okay, well, I lost, but the concept of the strategy is that place down the money tower, shoot, and you just kind of upgrade your money towers and your gun until you get like a good lot of money towers, and then you basically you get a lot of money towers down, you upgrade your gun quite a few times, and then you start placing down towers, so you have that constant flow of money. It's quite a good strategy for beginners, and it's really good, especially when you get like Visitor Center and a decent gun in the maps that are for beginners. Continue. So now I've talked about some strategies and some like ways to get towers and ways to beat maps. Let's now talk about the actual tower information. So basically, what does a tower do? So let's just get a random tower here. Let's go Rambo Rudolph. So this tower, so basically this little thing here means range. So basically it'll show how much range it has. This is the attack speed icon, and basically if it said 4, that means it'll attack 4 times per second. If it says like 0.5, it'll attack every 2 seconds, because it attacks half every second, so it'll attack 1 every 2 seconds. And of course the sword is damage, so it's how much damage it does. But a good way to calculate damage is you get the damage and then times it by the attack speed, and that should get the DPS of the tower. So let's get on to a track tower. So let's get Jurassic Jeep in here. So this is the respawn time. So every 30 seconds it would spawn this tower, and this is the amount of health the track tower has. So the amount of health it can basically do to an enemy. If you see that it gets to this part, and basically same kind of rules. This is the range, this is the attack speed, and this is the damage. But that's when it's moving, so it attacks while it's moving. So yeah, so now we got boost towers. So what boost towers do is that this is a boost tower and a money tower. So money tower, like let's say Orc Tower, gives 3,000 per round. So it gives 3,000 per round. And pretty self-explanatory. Yeah. Now it's boosts. Boosts are not that explanatory. So basically boost, whatever it is, 1.1 let's say, it gives your tower a 1%, no, like a 10% boost, I'm pretty sure. Because let's say 1 is 100%, it would give your tower 110% boost. So it'll be doing 10% more damage. So let's say it's like 1.25. It would do 125% damage. More damage. Pretty self-explanatory. Yeah. Another thing to point out is that some towers do different things. So this Rageclaw here has an AoE area. So it has an area of attack, basically. So when it attacks, it'll hit everything in that general area. These towers are usually really helpful. There's also stuff like Magma Rex here, which is a semi-AoE, meaning that it does only an area of areas of attacks. So it would shoot its bullet, and then a little area around where it hits It's basically splash damage, basically. One final thing is that some towers do a, like, effect. So what Reptose does is that it gives it, like, frost burn or something. And it'll slowly but surely do damage to the thing. It's usually these towers, they're not really used that much. Like, we haven't had a tower that gives an effect in ages. But yeah, it's just a thing to note down. Okay, so I don't have a tower of it, but there's some towers that are basically, they're damage towers, but they're also a spawner tower. So it's a tower that does damage like a normal beam tower. And like basically it does damage, but it also spawns something. It's different to a track tower that does damage. Instead, when you place it, the actual spawn area, like the spawner, does damage, and then the actual track tower itself just damages the enemy. So let's go on to the next kind of like area. Now you've learned all of this, you probably want to know how to progress through the game. Basically meaning you want to get better than just the beginners. Now I'm going to show you, I'm going to talk about basically the progressions through the game. So let's get into that. So there's 6 worlds right now which are open, and 3 more coming soon. Now basically what you want to do is you want to beat the Dinos map, and then slowly but surely like progress through the worlds. There's no real progression kind of like area in this game yet, but they are adding a story mode area which is located, if I can actually get into a shot here, it's located to the right of the map over here. Now story mode is coming soon and it isn't here yet, but they are definitely going to be adding it in the future once they've fixed a bunch of bugs, and this will basically be a really good way to progress through the game, because the game will turn into like a little story that you'll just need to like defend worlds and such. Another good way on progressing through the game is just getting better towers, earning much more gems, and earning much more levels. Like if you see I'm level 115, you never usually like, you start off at 0 and then progress through levels, and as I said, the levels are a really good way just to have like fun and try to progress through them. Okay, so I'm now going to be discussing some useful information to know, and I'm just going to talk about basically like other ways to earn help or just like other stuff like that. So right here there's a upcoming board. So currently they're planning on adding a PvP area, story mode, World 7 and 8, and tower changes. Now I also just want to say this timer here, it's just a glitch. They've tried to fix it, but it isn't really working at the moment. So they've just kind of left as that. There's not like a year before the next update. The next update should be coming soon. They're currently having some code issues. But if the game updates and you're still watching this, then just don't worry. There's also some help boards around the map, such as the common issues board, which basically talks about if you get scammed, you can like tell the Discord, and titles. Now I have the content creator title, and if you see they will show up in game, and like if someone types in chat, it would be next to them. This isn't really that useful information, but it's still good to know, I guess. Okay, so there's another like good way to show that you're like advancing. Now this is the meta team. Meta meaning basically the best team. Now it's a good goal to like try to earn some of these towers. I don't advise Elite Skyborn Piercer, because that is a very expensive tower. But like Rage Claw, Cosmic Rex, and Try the Champion are all really good kind of like towers to have as a goal, because usually if you have a goal in this game, it kind of encourages you to just have fun and try to grind for it. And yeah. Now if you're confused on what towers are limited or not, you can either tell the Discord, the World Vendors Discord, or look at this. Now it's kind of glitched at the moment, but it basically says some limited towers. It's very hard to see, but yeah, basically, a lot of limited towers. Tournament towers are really rare towers that you're probably not gonna get, but it's good to know, like, if you want to know what, like, the cool towers are. Now, let's talk about the Discord. So with the Discord, is all you need to do is basically just join the Discord, and there's many sections on how to get more help, because there's a whole help section in Discord. You can just chat in general, you can see all the announcements, which tell you if, let's say, an update is coming, or if an update is delayed. There's also, like, many other ways on just, like, communicating. And there's the suggestions area where you can make your own suggestion. There's many things in the Discord, so I really advise you to join that, because it will just it'll help out world defenders, and it's a good way to know if, like, you're advancing through the game. Now, you also might be confused. I have 6 tower slots here. Now, you usually start with only 4 tower slots, but I have 6, because you earn 1 tower slot from the levels here. Like, on level 25 you earn a tower slot, which is really helpful to do. You can also pay Robux, I think, to earn your 6th one, but I'm not sure because I bought this 6th tower slot like ages ago, so I am unsure. Also, the pet slots over here, you also need to buy those, but the pets are definitely really worth it to get. There's one more little helpful thing to know, is that if you click this calendar icon, you can see the updates and your daily login streak, which is pretty good to do. You don't need to do it, but it's pretty good to do. And there's also this little present thing that is basically playtime gifts. You can claim your playtime gifts bucks, and then you can go into this shop and buy some towers, such as Cyclops, which is a really good starter tower, and stuff like Golden Caveman, which is a really rare, expensive tower, and XP. Now that's going to wrap up the beginner's guide. If you guys liked this video, please consider liking and subscribing, and if you want to know more, either join the Discord or comment it down, and I might plan to do another one of these sorts of videos, like a help video in the future, if you guys want it. But I think that's going to wrap up this video. If you guys liked it and want more beginner guides type stuff, then subscribe. And this video took 3 days to make. Well, not 3 days, but I've been doing it across 3 days. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.